Idia Aisien is one of those actors who doesn't just act. She carries every scene owned,
thank you.
every role handled. She's got this sharp, effortless presence that makes you sit up.
Thank you.
And low-key, one of my faves to watch, honestly. So this is Tem Talks with the amazing Idia Aisien.
Thank you. Honestly, one of the best intros I've ever heard. I like it. I like it.
I love that. Okay, so we've got a few questions here. So my first question is, my understanding is that this is your first time on the stage.
Absolutely. And
How are you feeling, girl?
I feel electrified. I feel like I'm supposed to be nervous, but I'm not nervous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has there been like any moments whilst you've been rehearsing where you're like, wow, I'm really doing this?
Every day. Just now when I walked in there. So I don't know if it's nerves because we've prepared so much and we've put so much work into it, but it feels amazing to be doing this with thespians.
Yes.
Yes, and with a platform
and
like
I feel like
Sumi.
you've got a shocking scene that everybody is...
We've got a lot of shocking scenes, but we've got one scene that people know about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm like, I feel like once you conquered that scene, you've conquered all of them. So
exactly.
That's amazing. So I want to talk about, you've built a name for yourself in media, in the world of fashion. How has this transition been for you?
It's been very interesting because I feel like one of the things I've always loved was fashion, but I think I started to take fashion very seriously when I did a show for UNICEF, I think when I was 15. And we raised money for charity. So I was like, oh, wow, fashion can have a purpose. And then I think from then on, I just went into doing things I loved, but with a purpose behind it. And everything I've ever done, like whether it's media, etc. When I studied journalism because I wanted to change the way people saw Africa and Africans. Like, enough of the sub-stories. These are the amazing things that are happening in my country or on the continent, and people don't know facts like the fact that we have the highest growing number of entrepreneurs, for instance, coming from Africa and things like that. So I wanted to be able to tell those stories, and
I must say, so I was looking through your social media and stuff, and I think it's very evident from what is presented on your socials that you're not just about the entertainment side of it, but you're also about the cause. And so I think that is very refreshing to see from a young, I don't know if it's not fair to call you up and coming actress at this point. You are established, girl. But I also saw that you have a really close relationship with your family. And I just wanted to know how, and a close relationship with your father, if I must say. So how has this play tapped into that, and how have you been feeling doing a play like this, knowing that your father isn't here to see it?
I think it's been very emotional just because obviously it's also geared towards Father's Day weekend here. But that was one of the reasons I jumped on the project, because when I looked at the script, I was like, it's so beautiful. I don't know if I'll see a script like this again. And then to play that alongside RMD, who is the GOAT, I was excited because I was like, if I did want to relive a relationship with my dad, that would be the actor I would choose. Funny enough, on this project, we've actually gotten really close, and I call him Papa. And it's just been nice to have a dad again, sort of. And speaking of my family, they're all flying in. Like, they're all here. Like, we ran into my sister in the airport. My brother landed this morning. My other sister landed yesterday. They're here.
Wow, I hope they're going to be front row.
I hope so too. I think if there's anything I'm nervous about, it's them, because they will laugh. They'll be like, oh my God, what's happening? But it's nice to have a good support system. And I think for what we do is so important to have people cheering you on. So.
Absolutely. And just finally, for any young women out there who are watching, who are aspiring to get to the level where you're at now in your career, do you have any advice for them?
Absolutely. I would say one of the big things that we ignore a lot is our instincts. The first time I received my first script for a movie, I wasn't an actress. And a lot of times you get that nudge to do something, but you're like, oh, wait, this doesn't make sense. Trust your instincts, trust your guts. You know, sometimes you're being pushed to submit an application for something that has nothing to do with you. Trust that gut, submit that application. And for instance, it even helps you avoid negative situations. So if you go somewhere and you're like, maybe this doesn't fit, leave. You know, trust your gut. I think people ignore that a lot. And then obviously put in the work. If you put in the work, it's undeniable that you're going to be successful. So
that has been fantastic. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with us today. We cannot wait to see you perform tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm excited.
On Saturday, Friday and Saturday. So we're excited.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.